What's up, sisters and brothers? Happy Friday. I hope it's been a great week for you. Some interesting numbers that I came across this morning. The first being that 20% of real estate in China is owned by an investor and not lived in. So 1/5 of all the homes, the apartments, everything, nobody lives in them. So that's kind of a wild number. The second number being that $24.2 billion. That is the number, the amount of money that people spent on Singles Day last year. Singles Day is November 11th, so 11/11. That's Alibaba's essentially Black Friday, except it's obviously bigger. So $24.2 billion is the amount of sales that they did last year, which was up 39% from the year before, and they expect to beat that number this year. So pretty extraordinary numbers. Kind of interesting, right? 20% of the houses nobody lives in. So much money getting spent on just stuff really just in one day, I think is kind of an amazing thing. And what the impact of that 20% vacancy rate is, well, you think about it in terms of if there is a panic and price concerns of real estate there, that could really really complicate things quite a bit. I think that Chinese real estate is already suffering through some hard times right now. So something to kind of keep an eye on. It was a great week of the Money Savage podcast. Had on some awesome guests as usual. On Monday we had Nina O'Neill on talking about how to take and apply the principles of corporate governance for investing money and apply that to your personal situation. So a lot of good stuff there. On Tuesday, we had Steve Pitchford on, who was talking about the importance of asset allocation, but also the importance of asset location. And that's an interesting subject that I don't think that we think or talk about quite as much. So think about it as where should I own an actively traded mutual fund? Where should I own an exchange traded fund, an ETF? Things like that. Pretty interesting. On Wednesday, we had on Megan Gorman, a great advisor, talking about doing financial planning for Generation X. We hear a lot about millennials and baby boomers, but the old sandwich generation, Generation X, not talked about quite as much because there's not quite as many of us as it works out. Scott McKillop on Thursday talked about disrupting the investment management industry. And one thing that technology is doing is disrupting it. He is disrupting it from a fee perspective, charging a flat fee, whether you have $100,000 or 10, I almost said 100 million, or $100 million. So it's definitely a different model. And on today, we had on Morgan Hawes talking about real estate for the next generation. So young people buying real estate to live in or buying investment properties, things like that, what that looks like, as well as a lot of her personal experiences in real estate. So great week. Appreciate you checking them out. Appreciate you listening. And appreciate you checking out this video. So make it a great week. If you've not yet accomplished what you want to accomplish this week, get out there and do it. I know that you can do it. I appreciate all of your efforts. And keep hustling. You can do this.